Hi there. My name is Meg Bingle, and I'm the Associate Director of Admissions here at the University of Chicago Law School. Today, I would like to introduce our Doctoroff Business Leadership Program by telling you a little bit more about the program and how you can apply. So UChicago Law has a rich tradition of interdisciplinary inquiry and, of course, interdisciplinary inquiry at the intersection of law and business. The Doctoroff Business Leadership Program embodies that intersection of law and business. This is an interdisciplinary program that is a certificate granting program for those students that were interested in exploring law and business and all its various corollaries. For many of our students in the Doctoroff program, they were choosing between pursuing a JD MBA or a JD with the Doctoroff certificate. Most of them opted to choose just the Doctoroff program because they decided for their career goals, they really only needed that JD degree. Because please note, the Doctoroff program, although it has a lot of intersections with our MBA school, the Chicago Booth School of Business, it is not a second degree. You only are going to graduate with that JD and with the certificate of business leadership on top of it, which is actually a good thing because you actually don't pay any additional tuition for the Doctoroff program. The tuition of the Doctoroff program is already included in your JD tuition. So let me tell you a little bit more specifically about what the Doctoroff program is. So the Doctoroff program is split across all three of our classes, our 1L, 2L, and 3L classes. Each class has about 15 members in the Doctoroff cohort. These students have identified that they were interested in law and business and are hoping to learn more about that intersection by taking 5 MBA classes. The classes change year to year, but typically they involve things like financial accounting, strategic negotiations, managerial psychology. They are taught here at the law school by the Booth School of Business faculty, which is why our dean, Tom Miles, likes to make the joke that the law school here at UChicago has the most elite business school faculty in the country. So those 5 professors over at Booth come here to the law school and they teach an MBA class. They teach it the same way that they would teach it over at Booth here at the law school. Our Doctoroff students take those 5 classes during their second and their third year to make sure that they're really getting a foundation in business law and the way that business works. Outside of the classes, our students are also engaged in a mentorship program. So in the Doctoroff program, you are guaranteed an alumni mentor. To match those mentors, the leaders of our Doctoroff program sit down with each individual student and talk about what they're hoping to get out of the mentorship. We have students that are hoping to identify mentors in the geographic region that they want to practice. Some students are looking for mentors in the actual industry that they want to practice. And other students are looking for mentors who can help them decide where they want to go and what they want to do. These are really more robust mentorships than what you might otherwise find in the law school. We spend a lot of time on both sides to make sure that the student and the mentor are really invested in the program so that it can be the most fruitful relationship possible. Outside of the mentorships, there's also an enrichment component to the Doctoroff program. So each quarter, we have a different event. Past events include fireside conversations with prominent alums. All of them are sort of designed to make sure that our students can have robust conversations with the presenter. These are never the sort of situation where the students are getting lectured at. There are always opportunities for questions and answers. Classic example, when we can all meet in person, a lot of these events are done over dinner. So what will happen is, we'll have round tables of each of the students, and over the different courses, we'll actually have the presenter switch tables so that all of our students get a really great chance to have sort of those one-to-one conversations with the presenter. And then we have it open to a big question and answer period at the end. We also have social events. So, the beautiful thing about coming to the Doctoroff program is that you do get to put into that small cohort. UChicago Law generally is a small school, but the Doctoroff program will make it even smaller because you're in that 15-person cohort. So past events on the social side of things have included, pub nights over at the pub across campus. In the virtual setting, we did a virtual scavenger hunt. We do virtual happy hours. They're all sort of designed to make sure that you can really get that cohort feeling and really get those, good peer-to-peer relationships. So if all of that is sounding good to you and you're saying, yes, please, Meg, I would love to apply to the Doctoroff program, let me tell you how to do it. So when you open our application on lsac.org, you will see that within our e-application, we have an entire section devoted to the Doctoroff program. It'll ask you, do you want to apply? I think you hit yes. And then all you need to do is submit a 1-page essay explaining why you would like to be a member of the Doctoroff Business Leadership Program. Please keep those to 1 page. We don't need any more than that. We're really just looking to see what your interest in the program is and what you were hoping to get out of it. We used to interview applicants in the Doctoroff program separately than your law school interview. We no longer do that. The Doctoroff interview is kind of rolled into your law school interview. So if you do get invited for an interview here at UChicago Law, there is a chance that we're going to ask you a few questions about your interest in the Doctoroff program. Again, nothing too outlandish. It will be almost exactly like you expected from the Doctoroff essay question. After you've gone through the application and the interview process, and remember, interviews are not required here at UChicago Law. They're by invitation only and all via Zoom, so you do not need an interview. That being said, we do interview very many applicants, and if you do get invited for an interview, please take us up on it. But after you get through the interview stage, then it's all on the decision stage. Doctoroff decisions are separate from law school admissions decisions. Law school admissions decisions are made first. So your admission to the University of Chicago Law School is not contingent on you getting into the Doctoroff Business Leadership Program. They're completely separate. We look at admission to the Doctoroff Business Leadership Program after you get admitted to the law school. So the sequence of events as far as, let's picture you getting good news the whole way through. You'd first get an email that would say, welcome to UChicago Law. We're so thrilled that you're joining our community. And then sometime starting after March, if you were admitted to the Doctoroff program, you'll get a second email that will say, welcome to the Doctoroff program. So those two things do not come concurrently. Doctoroff decisions do come in March. You accept the Doctoroff program when you accept your deposit. Obviously, we'll ask you to confirm your interest. And then we get started in the fall with a kickoff welcome reception to get everyone together. The Doctoroff Business Leadership Program really is an exceptional program for those of you that are thinking about law and business but do not want that MBA. I always like to say it's kind of like the best of both worlds. You really get that exposure to the MBA program, but you get this UChicago JD as well. If you have additional questions about the Doctoroff program, please feel free to email me. My email address is right here. I would be happy to answer any additional questions that you might have. Thank you so much and good luck.